for the July 25th Area Planning Committee meeting. We'll do introductions to my left.
John Downey, County Commissioners. Kevin Denise, Ag Extension. Don Chocolate, County Spirit.
Lori Mills, NPC Office of Administrator.
Cameron Davis, Area Planning Director.
Cindy Harmon, legal counsel.
I'm Doug Walker, represent schools. Hopefully everybody had a chance to read the minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
Yeah, the first sentence.
First sentence,
Make this 23rd.
May 23rd. Okay. Any other additions or corrections? All those in favor of the minutes with the,
Wait. Go down to final approval. Final approval still says February, is that, yeah, I haven't already raised them.
Oh, the minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
They just want to check.
Yeah, just the meeting date.
that was it, right?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Second.
Okay. Has been properly moved and seconded for the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, minutes pass with changes. Okay, the 2024 budget approval. Have that in our packet. I didn't see that. I printed mine, but I didn't see the budget in there. I read it online.
That?
Separate email.
Got a separate email.
Yeah, there was
I guess I just
several others, and I sent one with the budget and then the documents to, kind of showcase why we had to have a few changes, and I can go over those with you guys if you'd like. So, each year, the county, Gloria and I use WTH, for our, we have certain layers that each office pays for. We have the addressing layer for the county, which means when we assign addresses and so on. So we have 2 or 3 layers. In the past, Paul at the county highway had agreed to pay a larger portion that was actually his, out of his budget, because they use it quite a bit. So with that being decided, it was never really a formal thing, he just did it. And until this year, with the new leadership, they basically said, you know, we're gonna pay for our county part, the other offices can pay for theirs. Not a problem, we just weren't aware of the change until last minute. So that's, we did a transfer last month to cover this year's, I had to take out a few items that we had money in, and I think we'll get by for the year with it. So long story short, that's gonna be split between 911, area plan, county highway, and that's it. So it was 23, 33, 33 apiece. So we put that into the budget line, whereas I think before we only asked for 1,500 last year. We also have, Deacon Schneider, so that's not gonna change. We split that with, Donnie pays a portion of it, the assessor's office pays a portion of it, so, that's all been into this year's budget. So that budget line for GIS and WTH is gonna be a little bit higher, because we had to add what I just mentioned with the GIS. So we're requesting 3,500, 2333 of that now gonna go to the GIS thing system, which really our office can't operate without it, because it's the only way we can issue 911 addresses, which in turn gets sent to 911, and automatically, as soon as we hit the sync button, it's in. We have some flood layers and stuff like that, so that, along with Beacon, that we use literally every hour in the office. So that was really the only change that we implemented, just because of the change in leadership, which was fine. We weren't against it, we just needed to know about it. So now that we have a piece of paper that actually shows the bill, we're good to go. So, yeah, you guys that, obviously, the group health insurance is a number now that all that goes into one fund. It goes into a line item that every office, I believe the commissioners have control of that, or, it goes into a fund that, so we don't know what comes out of that, so whatever the 20,000, whatever is used of that, we don't know. It's all in one great big accumulative fund, so, we used 20,000 last year, or that's what we put in there, so we just matched that. For Gloria's position, still on that trail of trying to get that position where we think it should be, and, we'll continue to do that again this year during the budget session, so. Other than that, there's really no changes. Office supplies, email accounts, always, we dropped that a little bit just because we now have 7 members here, whereas in his email is it goes for BCA as well, so we didn't have to have as many email accounts. So, and then one last thing would be Gloria's computer is due to be replaced per our IT guy, Randy Cleaver. So we'll be replacing it with, he'll send us a list of what he has available. He gave us a quote for $1,100 for Windows 11. That includes all the software and then the newly updated Office 365 that they're doing now for each new computer that's coming in. They're not added to the old ones, because then you have to transfer that license, so that would be added to that as well. So that's what he quoted for a new computer. We don't need them both. It was real close, but with the way budgets are, we'll just do one of them at a time. So other than that, the council does have a copy of this. They, I believe, started their process. So, we'll start our meetings or our presentations once we get to that point. So if you guys see anything you need changed or want changed, let me know. If not, I will amend what I've submitted to the council. So it's just standard operating cost that we're still in good shape for this year. We had to do that transfer last month, which took a little chunk out of a certain line item, but we're still in good shape for 2023.
I'll entertain a motion if nobody sees anything they would change. Have a motion to accept the budget, a second. Then moved and seconded to accept the budget as presented. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed? Okay, budget is approved. Next item is approval of the EPC bylaws and rules that we had a little change of, right?
That's correct. So really all we changed on this was we took the city of Delphi language out. Everything else is standard Indiana code. So Cindy went through, spent some time going through it to make sure everything is correct. APC adopted their new bylaws last month. So, or BZA, yes, sorry. And so now this, really that was the only change, we take Delphi out. So there was no other change other than some small comments and stuff like that, so.
Well, then we had to add another representative in.
That was for BZA.
Oh, that was BZA, never mind. Yeah, that's right.
Anything on that
That's right.
for APC?
It's not.
It's hot, Cindy.
It is.
Sorry, after that.
Any comments or questions? None? I'll entertain a motion to approve the bylaws as changed.
Motion to approve
Is there a second? Been moved and seconded to approve the bylaws as presented. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, say. Motion passes. Next we have administrative committee appointment.
So Sandy Flora with the city of Delphi was our previous administrative committee member, so we need to have someone to replace her. So we don't have everybody here tonight, so if there's nobody here that.
We had three, right? Is there three of them?
Correct.
So,
Doug Walker's the chair, Pat Mullen, and Steve Wood.
I tried to contact Pat this morning, I tried last month as well, no response, so I'm gonna do a site visit, so we need to hear if we're gonna be on the plan, and especially administrative committee, so. If you don't see anybody here that wants to do it, if you wanna wait till the next meeting, that's certainly an option. We only got 7 people now, so the choices are narrowed down. What's that? So changes in, so with basically office personnel, the director's performance review, issues within the office, it's really more focused towards the office and the staff in the office. And then, you ever have to use it?
Did they even meet last year?
No,
They didn't meet last year, they met when I first started, me, Deb, and, Anita, and Donnie, down in his office, so,
we did a staff, we did a staff review or staff.
A couple years ago, yeah.
we use,
Yeah. So,
yeah, so we do performance reviews every year when we submit to the commissioners and the administrative team is technically supposed to have a meeting with me. I do hers, so just, what needs to change, what's going good, what's going bad, kind of go over the office. And then any adjustments in salary, that we go through the bring to the administrative committee first, is that correct? Before it goes in front of the board, so it's not too terribly stringent, but we don't use it a whole lot, so that means I guess we're doing something right. But it's there for a reason, and we need one more person to step up and take that role.
is there someone here that would like to step in and fill that position until January? Right, that's when we select the new.
Yep, you do it once a year. Yep. And this is not a 4-year term or whatever you guys have allocated for your positions. Whatever, 4-year, the small town, or Burlington and Yemen, so this will be a yearly vote. So January, we'll have our first meeting to go through the nominations for president, vice president, all that, and then we'll do the administrative committee again. So 4 more months.
You can't fund anybody.
Done.
It's really. I'll nominate Kevin.
One second.
Third.
All those in favor, Kevin? Aye. Sorry, Kevin.
Cindy, can you mention it's subject to the open door law? The administrative committee? Oh, yeah, the administrative committee. Yeah.
We've only had one, and
Yeah,
Deb was there.
and, if you're talking personnel, that could be an executive session, and probably should be.
Yeah.
But you still gotta notify
Yeah.
48 hours in advance.
Yeah, that was Donnie's old office, the little, much an hour break room was actually the last one in 2019. That's when I first started, and I was kind of, just wanted to get an idea of what we needed to focus on, and that's why we probably notified them. So, yeah, that's always something that, unless it, like she said, unless it's a personnel issue, we address that. But that's the only change we need for the rest of the year for the administrative committee.
Okay. And we're down to director's report.
Other than the office is completely every day, 8 hours a day, nonstop. We're having some technical issues right now with our phones and computers, but we work through it. And, as of June 30th, we've had 27 new homes this year to date. Total of 119 new permits. Site visits 19, compliance certificates issued 13, new addresses, again, we go back to that thing, Claire, that we talked about, 18. Variant special exception request 1, which we heard last month, but we're continuing to get a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails, and a lot of the offices has been probably the busiest since I've been here.
I just stepped in for a few minutes today.
Oh, yeah, it's never.
And that was with one phone.
No.
Yeah. So Doug was in there for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I think he was ready to leave pretty quick. So, other than that, Cindy is there for us, and we're still working through some language with solar, and we're about getting closer to that, and we're working through some, whatever comes in front of us, which is, every day's a different animal, so, other than that, we're doing good.
On the solar, are we kind of using somebody else's template to figure out what we want to do?
Yeah, Jasper County, but then also the state legislature passed new laws that have now been codified that have to do with wind and solar energy. And there's some talk that we may have both entering in the market in this area fairly soon, so I went out through the wind energy ordinance and updated it from what the legislature passed, and there are several places that we need to, I bet. One of the biggest things that are missing out of our wind energy is a very detailed decommissioning plan versus one paragraph.
Which is what's currently happening in Benton County.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in Benton County, you'll get to witness why the language is important.
So the state legislature actually put together a really good plan on how it needs to go, and I'll incorporate that in. So I hope to have something out yet this month for both of them, for everybody to look at, so we can kind of get ahead of the game, hopefully.
So when they do start visiting, there's a process for it. It's a regulatory commission that, there's a lot of things in place that happen before it's just a windmill goes up, or a solar farm. So a lot of engineering, there's a lot of scope analysis, there's a lot that year or two worth of engineering and research before they even get it. So where they're at with that, I don't know. I've only spoken with one company, and they weren't putting a lot out there. They just dropped off the packet and said, well. So again, that's why we need to get on top of this and get it finished up. That is all I have, other than, like always, Gloria she's like a dispatch in there. She's typing and answering the phone, and, she's great, which is why, again, we're gonna try to get her salary increased. She's the mold of the area plan office, 100%. So. And then, of course, I drive her all day when I'm off too, so. That's all I have.
Cindy?
I pretty much have already told you where I've been going lately with it, so. It's a plan.
Alright. Is there any additional information or concerns or questions? None? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Been moved and second. All those in favor? Aye. Alright. Meeting is adjourned. So you can handle that.
You ran a few meetings before, though.
Yeah.
Ag functions and all, you got it down to a science.
It's not my first rodeo.
No.
Oh, wait, nobody left.
What?
I almost shut the camera off, but nobody left.
Oh.
I kinda woke up, you know. All right, you guys are good.